past several months I've been researching corn and really spending some time thinking about corn and the way that it exists within the landscape and the way that it exists within our culture and how has it come to be such a prominent part of our lives. Corn isn't just ubiquitous within the landscape, but it's actually, the more you think about it, it's everywhere. It's in a lot of our products, not just the sweet corn that you can buy on the street, but it feeds most of our livestock. It is used in fuel, in plastics. It's being harvested, the biomass is being harvested for fuel production. It is one of those secret ingredients that's in all of the packaged foods that you can find. In a lot of ways, corn is not just about acreage. We're really emotionally attached to corn. I think it's a very American or Americana aesthetic. It's something that we all identify with, but we maybe don't even notice when we're driving through it. There are a lot of things that I find really, really interesting about corn as a crop. For one thing, it's a large part of my childhood. I was raised in Illinois and Indiana, and my mother grew up on a corn farm, and we spent a lot of summers there. Just seeing the way that the small towns were structured around the growing season, planting and caring for your crop and then harvesting every fall, had a really big impact on me as a child, and it's something that I still think about as I'm driving through the landscape.
Hi, Emily.
I've been talking to farmers, I've been talking to people who research corn and rural communities, and I've been talking to corn growers, discussing the different viewpoints around corn production, energy production, and the various ways that corn is being used and commodified. Corn is also really interesting because it's a crop, it's a plant that's not native to anywhere. It doesn't exist without human intervention. We made it, we cultivated it, we bred it from a grass from South America, and it's sort of overtaken a lot of the landscape. And our country, or our economy, in a lot, civilization as we know it wouldn't exist without corn as a crop. So part of this process has been working with corn, not just as a subject matter, but also as a material, and really seeing the different forms and kind of aesthetic conditions that you can create with corn. So I've been playing with corn as a weaving material, trying to create things that could be more sculptural or structural. One of the things that I've been playing around with lately is popcorn. Popcorn as an artistic medium, as a way of engaging people in these deeper concepts. I think it's easy to take for granted the amount of labor it takes to make a crop, to grow a thing, and for it to go through all of these different processes to wind up in our kitchens and our supermarkets and on our table. So far each of these panels, which is meant to be about the size of a placemat, I think they take about 45 minutes to an hour to produce each one. And I'm hoping to get maybe 50 or 60 of these by the end of the project. For me, a successful outcome for this research is a multi-year investigation in the process. I'd really like to make a space where people can talk about corn and where people can really debate the issues, because there are so many really, really intense and current issues that are tied up or at least you can represent through corn.
I think that there's a lot of value in giving people a place to ask those questions.